Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the performance of the Strength LR Super Saiyan Goku in Red Zone. Specifically we're taking a look at the Metal Cooler Red Zone. He's one of the harder hitters, but he's also a physical type, which gives Goku a pretty good general advantage against this guy. Now Goku's obviously the latest Carnival LR to come to Dbz Dokkan Battle Global, and he looks very good. I like Goku. I like him quite a bit. I think he's a very solid unit. I think he really is like a unit that gives you a lot. Like if you're a new player, I think he's a unit that is great to depend on for most of the game. Like Goku can do a great job in Red Zone. Like he can carry, especially if you've got dupes. Like he can be one of the real front loaders in the Red Zone, and every other bit of content he'll be good in right now, until they start bringing out new long form events that require you to stack up to like 2 million attack or defense or whatever. But yeah, Goku, very good. Kit is just what like every new player slash even veteran players likes to see. He's got a little bit of everything to make him a very usable unit. He's got raising attack and defense for 1 turn. His 18 key increases his ally attack, which is pretty cool. He has key +5 and attack and defense of 150%. He gives 2 key and defense of 50% to the rest of the rotation. A flat damage reduction of 30%. And an additional attack and defense of 15% with each attack received, up to 75 in total. So then it takes him 5 attacks to be fully built up. He gets an additional 2 key after he's received 5 attacks in battle, and then after he's received 10 attacks in battle, he will be able to see where super attacks come from, which is pretty strong. In case you're wondering, that abilities, like fight to scale utility abilities in Dokkan, I would say foreseeing super attacks is probably just below guard in a mechanic. Like, so units that guard or guarding as a mechanic, I think is #1 most impactful ability in the game. And then I would say foreseeing super attacks is #2, but you could also switch those, like I think, and still see a pretty good result. And I think revive skills are like #3, and then heals are #4. Like that's just how I am. So maybe I'll do a video about that actually. Could be interesting. But yeah, so for me, I think he's got a very, very good kit. Like very versatile kit, lots of utility on it. I think it's great. He's also got the built-in additional whenever you have 24 key, which isn't impossible with this guy because he's got key +5. He's got that 2 key after 5 hits. And then he also has obviously, that active skill, which by the way not only looks great but actually does do a good amount of damage, giving him guaranteed crits and giving all allies 5 key. He's good. He's really, really good. And there's no doubt about it. He is a fantastic unit. I have no problem with him whatsoever. The only issue I have is his leader skill. So Battle of the Wits is not a bad category by any means, but it's a little bit wonky, like as a team. Goku actually helps it out tremendously, so having Goku or selecting him as a friend is pretty good. But if you don't have the Power Awakening Piccolo, you're stuck on relying on the Strength LR Super Saiyan or Goku and Vegeta, which again isn't bad. It's not bad in any way, shape or form. You could still beat Red Zones. It's just that it's not necessarily the same. It's not the same. Basically, they're not necessarily these huge damage dealers. Although their fusion is pretty boss. I'm not gonna lie. Their fusion is pretty crazy. I really like it a lot. Plus their OST's pretty hammer. So that's dope. I mean, I think I've done the Dokkan dance video to their OST, so can't even complain. That OST is fire. Absolutely fire. But yeah, it's a bit difficult, I want to say, to knock the Battle of Wits category because it is a strong category, so I don't want to disrespect it. but I think it's a bit limited in options. So if you don't have the strong options, then I think you do end up a little bit hindered, if that makes sense. Like, that's ultimately my problem at the end of the day. If you don't have all the super top units, you end up being a little bit kind of held back, I want to say. Like as if you can't make the team function, which is a bit of a shame. So that, for me, that's like the big no-no. But at the same time, it is what it is. As a category, it's still pretty good. It's just you need some of the bigger units to really make it shine. But if you got those units, then the team works like a dream. You've got Super Saiyan Goku, who's a great unit all around. Power Awakening Piccolo, who's absolutely hacked. You can have Strength Movie Heroes Piccolo, also absolutely hacked. Like, it can be a very strong defensive team without even like getting into it too deeply. It can be an incredibly powerful defensive team. Like I say, the problem is it's just a little bit reliant on having a couple specific units to really make it function super duper top. Like, to make it function really, really big is a bit difficult. But yeah, I think for the most part, that is just kind of, I think for the most part that's it. That's just kind of like how Goku works. So we'll don't worry, we're gonna get more of a view here of him against physical Cooler. This turn's actually with no items active whatsoever. So this is a great time to see how well he actually, well, this turn here is with items, just to clarify. This turn here is with items, and then the next turn will be with no items. So this turn is definitely with items, because you need the items for sure, especially with Paikohan on the rotation. And then here we're gonna get the fusion, which is great because that's gonna give us a heal. And then now we've got Goku in the first slot, which is gonna be great. Now Goku as a first slot unit is somewhat questionable still, especially if you're facing a unit with type advantage against him. He's a great second slot unit. He's a fantastic unit when he's fully built up. This is a 55% Goku, it's important to clarify. But he's still going to do great. Active skill does good damage. He's now going to fire off 2 attacks that are guaranteed crits, which is also fantastic. So really, honestly, looking really, really good right about now. So Goku, I got a lot of respect for Goku as a unit. I think he does a great job. He's tanking more than fine, which is really, really good. And I think Goku is the kind of unit that when you have him, you really appreciate him. From the outside, he can look a bit plain in inverted commas. Like, oh, he doesn't do anything openly, like better than other units. But this is not the case. Goku just does a lot to a very high level, and I think that's where he really thrives. Like, look. This Vegeta is taking 40k. Yes, he does have 30% damage reduction, but he's doing so much damage because Goku's giving him 50% defensive support. Goku is giving him an attack raise. Those type of things count. You can dismiss it because it doesn't show up in Goku's own numbers. But that Vegeta did so well there because of having Goku on his rotation. Goku would have been fine. Goku still would have been a top unit that would have really, controlled or taken over that turn. But without Vegeta, Vegeta would never have looked nearly as good without Goku on the rotation. And I think that's where Goku is good for me, is the fact that he provides so much support, he provides so much assistance. He, is a unit that is simple to use. Get 5 attacks against him, get 10 attacks against him, you'll see super attacks. Get his active skill, fires additionals. Like, there's a lot of really good stuff that he does do which I think is great. So yeah, overall, really happy with Goku's performance. Here we can see him with a bit of support. Obviously, yeah, gonna get his additional super attack. Really nice attack stat as well. This is a 55% unit, by the way, so very, very good. Yes, he does have type advantage against Cooler. Not gonna disagree with that. That is an obvious factor. But Goku will do well in a lot of red zones. I think there's only Broly who's an AGL type red zone, and I think Goku will do well there, but I think he'll be more relegated to a second slot unit, more so than a first slot unit. But that's how it is. If you're going to take a strength unit to fighting a AGL unit and you want them to do well defensively, you need to put them in their best defensive situation. It's really not rocket science. But yeah, that is basically it when it comes to Goku. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, obviously, and if you have tried him in red zones or other red zones, let me know how he goes. It's always interesting to hear how people find units to perform, or what teams they run them on. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Till then, bye.